Please repeat, what is your name and which gender are you attracted to?
My name is Jefferson Waffle, and I'm attracted to females.
Great. How old are you and what's your height?
I am 5'11", and I just turned 50 years old in August.
Oh, wow. You don't look like 50.
Great, thank you. Checks in the
Okay.
mail.
What do you do professionally?
I'm a video director, producer, editor, and a former touring lighting designer, and I still sort of dabble in lighting design when the opportunity arises.
Nice. Since how long have you been doing this now?
Lighting design I've done for about 25 years, off and on. I retired from touring in 2019. Video editing I've been doing since I was about 10 years old, off and on. But yeah, pretty much most of my life.
Impressive. Which country are you from and where are you actually located?
United States, born in Syracuse, grew up on Cape Cod, and now I'm in Philadelphia for about the last 10 years.
Okay. Are you open for a long distance relationship?
I would say I'm open to it if it was really magical and it was just like a force of nature that me and this other person needed to be together. But it's not ideal. I mean, I've done it before. I did it when I was touring. I've done it in other contexts. Um, but like I said, if it's meant to be, I think it's usually pretty obvious.
And let's say it's meant to be. Do you have like a time frame in mind as to when it should end, or are you like going with the flow and flexible? What is your mindset about that?
Well, if it's meant to be, I would hope that it did not end. That would be the goal. Um, you never want a relationship to end,
No,
right?
I
And
mean the long distance.
oh, the long
Yeah.
distance. Oh, I would say, I mean, let's say I was dating someone long distance and we realized that we wanted to spend the rest of our lives with each other. I would say like within a year,
Okay.
one of the people should move.
Okay, good. So you're willing to move?
Yeah, I mean, I work remote for a large corporation, so I could pretty much work from anywhere that has an internet connection, which is
Yeah.
everywhere
Oh,
these
that's
days.
perfect.
Yeah,
Great. Do you speak other languages than English?
I do not. I dabbled in Spanish in high school, but other than asking where the bathroom is and if I like chocolate, not
Okay.
very fluent.
All right. Are you religious and are you interested in a partner who is religious?
I am not religious at all. I would say that I'm spiritual, and I
Mhm.
definitely find spirituality and higher meaning through music, mostly and art and sunsets. But I was not raised in any way, shape, or form religiously. And I would say, if I met somebody who was religious, I would respect it. I don't think I could be with someone who is like super, super religious and
Yeah.
believes in, rules invented by a mysterious man in the sky. That probably wouldn't work out long term. But if someone was raised religiously and, it's important to them for tradition and nostalgia and feeling closer to their family, then I think that that's fine.
Okay. Good. Um, do you see yourself getting married and have you been married before?
I was married once. It lasted 4 years. I would say that if I met the right person, I would get married again. Absolutely.
Okay. And since when are you two divorced?
Just over 2 years.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Do you have children and can the other person have children?
I do not have children. If I met somebody who already had children, and again, I have a very high bar, right?
Mhm.
So if I met someone and it became very clear that like this is my person and we're meant to be together and they had kids, sure, I would accept the kids as
Mhm.
part of the package deal, and I would treat them as my own if that was
Mhm.
welcome.
Yeah. And do you still want children or is that something that is not on your mind anymore?
Oh, it's definitely on my mind, and I would say that at my age, it's on my mind pretty often.
Mhm.
I would love to find somebody who wants to have children. However, if I met my soulmate and she didn't want children or she was too old to have children, I think that would probably take precedent.
Mhm.
Just finding my match. I really know what I'm looking for, and if I found it and it wasn't in the cards to have children, I think at this point finding a life partner would be the priority for me.
Good. Just out of curiosity, if you would have children, how many would you like to have?
I would say 1 to 2. I
Okay.
think it, I think more than two would be a lot. I mean, I know the difference between 1 and 2 is a major challenge, especially when they're both infants or toddlers.
Hmm.
Um, but I think, yeah, I think either 1 or 2 is a
Okay,
sweet
great.
spot.
Interesting. Okay, what do you enjoy to do in your free time?
Well, I've been dabbling in photography for the last couple years. I love nature and sunsets, and watching and capturing the sunset through photo or video is one of my favorite pastimes. I also love to play guitar. I love to go to concerts. I love to go for long walks or short walks, depending on the weather. But getting out and walking every day is important to me to get my steps in and my exercise. I love to travel. I love fine dining. I love any kind of dining where the quality of food is amazing. It doesn't need to be white glove service, but the
Yeah.
quality of the food needs to be a priority. And any any chef or any restaurant that treats cooking like an art form, which I'm lucky enough that there's a lot of that in Philadelphia. I'm a big fan of that.
Nice. Do you cook yourself or
I do.
you
I
prefer
find
eating?
myself not cooking when I'm alone very
Hmm.
often, because I feel like cooking is a very communal kind of pastime, and I treat it like if I'm going to create this work of art, I want to share it with someone. You know what I mean? I want to have an audience. So I cook less when I'm on my own, but I definitely go out to dinner a lot, and I
Mhm.
have the ability to cook. I'm just waiting for my plus one.
Nice. Let's say you meet your plus one tomorrow. What is your favorite meal that she could make for you?
Wow, that's a really good question. All right, so in this scenario, she's cooking.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I would say like a skirt steak or something that involved a skirt steak or anything that I love, including fruits with vegetables. Like a really
Mhm.
nice salad that maybe has strawberries and goat cheese added in, or one of those edible flowers, or fresh green herbs.
Yeah.
Anything made with care.
I
Any
think
kind
a
of
steak is
seafoods.
so classic. I expected that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So something else. Do you expect your partner to contribute into the household financially?
Well, it depends. If we were a serious couple and we were living together, I think that would be a good way to like make us partners, make us
Mhm.
equals. If we were just dating casually, no, I would never, that would not be appropriate at all. I actually, in the early stages of dating, I would insist on paying pretty much every time. I do find it attractive if a woman on the third or fourth date like insists on paying to kind of feel like it's a partnership.
Mhm.
Like if
Yeah.
somebody was like, no, I insist, I'm going to pick up the check this time, you've gotten it the last 3 or 4 times, then sure, go ahead. But I would always assume that I would be picking up the tab. But
Mhm.
if in your scenario we were living together and we were you know both making equal salaries, then I think, yeah, what two adults should definitely split the expenses equally. But
Mhm.
it all is dependent on the details.
Mhm.
If I was making significantly more, I think there should be some kind of a sliding scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. What are your deal breakers in a relationship?
Cigarette smoking.
You don't smoke.
I don't smoke, and I can tell if you've smoked like in the last 20 years just
Yeah.
by smelling your clothes or your hair. Or
And
if
some
somebody if
yeah.
somebody took a drag off of a cigarette 4 hours ago and then tries to kiss me later, like I'm still gonna smell it on you. I don't care how many Tic Tacs you have. It's just not attractive to me.
Okay, another deal breaker?
Another one,
Yeah.
if they're a Trump supporter, or yeah, that's not gonna work out.
Politics. Never speak about politics.
No, we can speak about it. I just
Yeah.
I yeah, that's enough said
Okay.
about that.
Fair enough. What are your physical preferences in a partner?
Somebody who is physically fit in that I'm not talking about like the type of body that they're born with. I'm talking
Mhm.
about being comfortable in their own skin and being in shape for whatever their body type is. You know what I mean? Like you can't change. your frame, but you can stay in shape based on health and exercise. And that's important to me because I try to stay in shape, and I want somebody who cares about their health because I ultimately want somebody who's going to live long.
Yeah.
you
That
know,
makes sense. And do you have other preferences? I don't know, tall, short, white, black, Asian. There are so many people who have like a specific type, but I don't know, maybe you're the type who doesn't have a specific type. I don't know.
I
So,
don't. I mean, I watch a lot of movies, so I tend to be
mhm,
attracted to people that look like movie stars, for
yeah.
better or worse. But no, I don't have a preference on ethnicity or height.
Okay.
I'm more attracted to the mind,
Okay.
and a great body, of course.
Fit. Yeah. Okay. What are you looking for in a partner character wise?
Somebody that believes in empathy, communication, honesty. There needs to be a physical attraction, and there needs to be a sexual attraction. Um, but yeah, I don't have other preferences other than just like common decency, and
Mhm.
and I think open communication is probably the number one trait.
Mhm. Okay. When was your last relationship and why did it end? I mean, I assume your last relationship was your marriage or
I dated someone
okay.
last year for a few months.
Mhm.
I don't know if we consider it a relationship or not, but yeah, I was dating the same person for maybe 2 or 3 months. But before that, my marriage was the last 4 years of an 8-year relationship.
Mhm.
And yeah, it ended due to divorce.
Maybe you can explain a little further.
Sure. I mean, I would say that in a nutshell, it was just incompatibility.
Mhm.
We came from a very similar friend group. We were part of this sort of larger social circle, so we had a lot of friends in common. We had a lot of musical tastes in common. We had a lot of pop culture tastes in common. But I was touring, and we were only seeing each other like a few days a week, and it was like kind of that honeymoon phase. And when I
Mhm.
say honeymoon phase, I don't mean the actual literal honeymoon because we never had one due to the
Yeah.
pandemic. But the honeymoon phase in the actual dating phase. So it's really easy to kind of get swept up in the romance and the oxytocin when you're in a new relationship. And then when I retired from touring and we got married, and then the pandemic hit, it went from the fun seeing each other a couple days a week and just doing fun things to living with each other in a small space during a lockdown and a quarantine. And um, there was nowhere left to hide. And then we just realized that, there were things that we didn't see eye to eye on.
Yeah. Interesting.
But, it
Thank
was
you.
very
Yeah.
amicable.
Yeah. Thank you for being so honest. What about I mean, you said you don't know if you can call it relationship, but the 3 month relationship that you had after that, why did it end?
Um, I've done a lot of thinking about it. I think that she was a dismissive avoidant, and I think that she was looking for something a little bit more casual. And I don't really do great with casual. It's just like not a speed that I do well at. Like for me, it's like if I'm interested in someone, I go all out. And I think she got scared and she just kind of like ghosted me at one point.
Okay. What's the age range that you're looking for?
Great question. I would say 35 to 40. I know it's a very small window.
Mhm.
Again, it gets into that weird gray area where, like, if I met someone amazing who was my age, it would be really hard to not explore that. But in my wildest dreams, I would meet someone who was still like looking to have children. So if I
Mm,
met someone who was 35, 36, 37, even 40, um, and they were perfect for me and we were compatible psychologically, that would be the best case scenario. But again, if I met somebody who was older than that and we got along and everything else was perfect, I would probably go for that as well.
yeah. I mean, 35 to 40, it's a tight window, but I've seen a lot of women who are still single and still, want the perfect person. So who knows? We arrived at the body cam. So this is the part where you just leave the camera where it is, and then you go to the back, do a little 360, and then you come back.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
It's a we arrived at the body cam. It's the part where you leave the camera where it is, and then
Okay.
you go to the back, stand up so we can see your whole physique, and then if, you turn around a 360 and then you go back.
All right. I have to warn you, I didn't know about this, so I'm not wearing the
Oh,
appropriate pants, but
oh,
you can see my pajamas.
oh no.
You want me to get the chair out of the way?
Yeah, we can't see anything. Yeah, please, it's better that way.
Is this
Yeah,
good?
perfect. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, come back.
I do have very nice pants, but I'm just not wearing them at the moment.
This is why I said dress the way you would present on the first date. But a lot of people forget that, it's also the shorts that matter.
Yeah, I mean, from the waist up, this is basically what you get
Yeah.
on the first date with me.
All right, no problem. Um, what are two flaws of yours? Two things you feel like you need to work on, or that you have been criticized in your last relationship about? Genau.
Wow, that's a great question. Definitely tend to overthink things.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like that's a blessing in disguise because it comes in really helpful for certain things, certain creative projects. As an editor, as a lighting designer, overthinking is what makes me great at my job. But it would be helpful to be able to turn that off and not read into things too much. Um, I would say the second thing is probably just similar, but like being a perfectionist. It's like, again, it's really helpful to be a perfectionist when you're an editor. If it's arguably like a prerequisite to be a good editor, but it's something that you need to learn how to turn off, so you're not necessarily being a perfectionist when it comes to like which table you get at the restaurant, or if the couple at the table next to you is talking too loudly, like not letting that
Okay,
bother me. Those types of things.
I
I have
see.
a very active. I have a very active brain.
Interesting. That's an interesting flaw. I never heard that one. Last question. Why would a lady be lucky to be with you?
I think I bring a lot to the table to offer. I was raised by two therapists, so I'm very in touch with my emotional side and believe in strong relationship qualities such as, honesty, empathy, like I mentioned before, strong communication skills. I think I'm very funny when I'm in the right mood. So, like, I think laughter is the best medicine or, aphrodisiac. Um, so I'm really just looking for someone to have great conversations with. That's
Mhm.
like the number one thing that I'm looking for. And I feel like I'm a great conversationalist. So that's what I can bring to the table.
Great. So, how can people contact you? Please spell out your Instagram name.
Instagram name is at Jefferson Waffle, and the last name is Waful.
Perfect. For the
So
ones who didn't catch it, I will write it in the description box again. Yeah, we're already at the end. Thank you for participating.
thanks for having me.
And yeah, I hope that you'll find the one. The ladies also who may be shy to contact you directly, they can also contact me.
Great.
And I will, yeah, let you know.
Great. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Bye.